Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome to Sunrise Small Talk, episode number 50. 50. I'm here at Windsor Lake with Kelsey,
Good morning.
and we did the first episode about 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, right over there on the other side of the lake. And being that this is episode 50, I wanted to make it a very special one. So I'm going to ask for your vote towards the end of this video. I know you're tired of voting. It's election morning as we are recording this, and it's freezing out here. It's like 27 degrees. So I have to talk fast so Kelsey doesn't get annoyed with me here. But I'm going to ask for your vote, and I have a quick update. So something really special. Ashley's been working really hard to get the prior 49 videos up on YouTube. So cleaning, scrubbing, watching, editing, putting them through the compliance process, and they are now up on YouTube. So that is a big update for episode 50. If there's one you want to reference, I think some of my favorites were Mario Day, a lot of cool stats about the video game Mario. And then also I think my favorite one to record was actually the history of Wall Street. There was a lot of cool information that I didn't even know. So feel free to reference that library of videos, and we'll continue having those uploaded on YouTube going forward. So we're cold. We are going to, there's another section of this video we're going to dive into, and that's where I'm going to ask you guys to vote on something that's very special to me and my family. So we'll see you in the garage. Welcome to my garage, where I spend a lot of my Saturdays working on various things, and there's something very special in this garage that I'm going to show you. Quick look around. TV broke, a ball hit it, but it was nice to watch football and hockey. Tennessee flag, of course, Tennessee alum, CFP professional, and over here we have Marlowe, and we also have a 1974 Ford Bronco. So I'm going to hop in. I'm going to tell you about this Ford Bronco. If you're not into cars, skip forward to this timestamp here that I'm going to have Ashley put up. And that is going to be where I need you to vote on something. If you do like cars, I'm going to show you this restoration process. So I think it's super cool. So stick with me. All right, I'm sitting here in the Bronco. It's a 1974 Ford Bronco. And this Bronco is super special because not only have I been restoring it for the last 4.5 years, but it's been in the family since 1974 when my dad bought it. So throw up a few pictures here. Here's just some pictures of what it looked like back in the day. Dad in a snowstorm, Dad at the Moffat Tunnel, and then here Dad got this thing stuck trying to cross a river. So cool to have these old pictures of it as I'm going through this restoration. And here's a shot of it sitting out in front of the house I grew up in, so it sat out there forever. It's February of 2020. I had it back in my garage, and I decided I'm just going to start taking it apart. And so I did. Here's what it looked like before, some before shots, and the engine bay, and eventually took the old motor out. So this is a little video of getting the old motor out with the intention of having the motor rebuilt. Here's cleaning up that engine bay. Shot of the old garbage motor here and what that thing looked like. And then I did end up having it rebuilt, a really nice rebuild. So with this old motor, I sort of changed my mind, and I decided to do what's called a resto mod, which, if you're unfamiliar with that term, it is a combination of restoration and modern. So it's kind of the thing now, we always hear that in the car world, original engines, matching numbers between the transmission and the engine, that's where the value is. And that is not true at all. It is in very rare instances if you've got a very rare Corvette or something like that. But the cars that are worth the most now are these old cars that now have modern engines, modern chassis, modern features. So decided that I'm going to go ahead and sell this motor. This was a couple years ago, and going to put a modern Mustang motor inside of it with a modern F-150 transmission. So anyway, here's a really cool piece of the story. This was last year, 2023. I surprised my dad. I had done all the work I was able to do. Metal work was up next, so took it to a local place, Pinky's rod shop. And the cool thing about Pinky's is they have a brewery attached to the restoration business, so you can actually get a beer, look at the cars through the window, and actually most people don't go in there because they don't know you can, but you can bring your beer inside the shop Friday after hours and check out all the old cars. So it's Father's Day 2023. Dad didn't know that I was still working on restoring the project, and so for Father's Day we just said let's go get a beer. We'll go to this place called Pinky's, and so we get a beer, and the Bronco's out there in the shop, and we like, hey, Dad, you want to go out there and see what's out there? Is my sister, myself, and my dad, and we go out there, and the second car in is the Bronco. So here it is at Pinky's Rod Shop, and he's just like, wow, look at that. That's a cool Bronco. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Those wheels look familiar, and and then all of a sudden, it kind of got teary eyed. So really cool moment there. So after that experience, getting all the metal work done, brought it back home. So it sat in the garage, and here's a picture of the Mustang engine that I ordered from Ford. And as you can imagine, and as you can see, that's a giant box. So fitting that giant engine into an old engine bay was challenging. So here's a little bit of the work that needed to be done, cutting out the fender wells here, trimming them, making them smaller, welding them back in, and then finally was able to make enough room to test fit the engine, and it fit. I did have to cut off a couple tabs, and I threw them away, and hopefully they weren't important. I guess we'll find out when we're finished with this project. But then, so everything test fit nicely, and then actually earlier this year was able to take it to a friend's house where he took the body off to get it primed, epoxied, and cleaned up the frame, and made the frame look really nice. So need your vote on final color. We're 4.5 years in. It's a long project. I've been doing a lot of this myself because shops are just too expensive. So trying to do as much myself as I can. And I think from here on out, I'll probably do everything myself other than paint when I have time. So here's the question. Obviously, as you saw, this thing was orange originally, but Brittany blue, that's another color a lot of people are doing with this Bronco, and I really love the way the Brittany blue looks. So here's the vote. Orange, Brittany blue. We're going to go topless with this thing. I did have the top redone, but I'm going to go ahead and sell the top and just put a roll cage in, weld that guy in. But what's your vote? Orange or Brittany blue? Orange or blue? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this was a longer video, but a video I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And I appreciate you watching and voting on what color we should paint this Bronco. Talk soon. Take care. Bye.